1.
Hi, my name is Rick Sanchez. I'm with a company called Tractor Tip Equipment. What we have for sale here is a Komatsu PC78 MR. The MR stands for minimum radius, so the idea behind a minimum radius, anything, be it a Komatsu, Cat, John Deere, Case, Hitachi, Kobelco, doesn't matter. Minimum radius means that the machine will turn inside of its tracks, or within the inside of its tracks. In other words, if you're in an alley and you're taking up concrete and you're loading a truck 180 degrees behind you, you can almost turn with, if you can get that excavator in, you can load trucks behind you 180 degrees behind you. That's what that minimum radius stands for. So the serial number of this machine is Katie, Mary, Tom, Paul, Charlie, 029 H like Henry 0100198. I'm going to leave that last digit blank. We are going to talk about the mechanics of this particular machine in the first clip, the operating specs in the second, and we'll run it in the third. Price on a new machine like this these days is anywhere from $95,000 to $105,000. The hours on this particular unit are 5,047. As far as manufacturers go, Komatsu is number 2 in the world of heavy construction mining equipment, and that's not because they're cheap. They build solid, reputable, reliable machines that stand the test of time. The weight of this particular machine is about 18,000 pounds. The widest point is actually this blade at 7'7". The highest point is the top of that cab right there at 9 feet. The top of the cab is 9 feet. The transportation length from the end of this cutting edge to the front of this machine when it's tucked up under in transport profile is 20.5 feet. Comparable machines are like a Caterpillar 307, or maybe a Takeuchi TB175, or maybe a Bobcat 442. As far as options go, as you can see, it's got a cutting strike-off blade right here, a two-way strike-off blade. It pretty much just goes up and down. These tracks right here are adaptable. You see these bolt holes right here? You can actually bolt rubber pads. They sell rubber pads that you can put on that, which is actually the best design, because you get the benefit of a steel pad, but you know, not like a rubber band track that's actually a rubber track. These actually last a lot longer, is the point I'm trying to make, I guess. You've got a pattern control change valve right here, so you can go from backhoe controls to ISO or Caterpillar controls. Inside the cab, you've got a heater and an AC. Both of them work just fine. The other option that you got here, which is very popular, is that you've got an offset boom here. So this boom will offset, which will enable you to dig parallel to your tracks, and we'll show that here in a little bit. You've also got auxiliary hydraulics on this machine. What else, Chris, as far as options?
I think you've got it all covered.
That's about it. So as far as the engine goes, this is a 54 horsepower Komatsu. It's an S4D95 LE-3 engine. It's a bulletproof engine, Komatsu. This has got a 33-gallon fuel tank, which will run you 12 to 14 hours, depending on your operation, of course. This machine is mechanically sound. There's no leaks on it. Everything works. We didn't clean it up well enough. Here's your fuel drain right here. So you open that drain cock. It's a good idea to drain that fuel every couple weeks or so. Get the water out of it. As far as the undercarriage goes, this undercarriage is about 90%. There's no leaks on the final drives. The final drives have got plenty of power, enabling them to counter-rotate with no problem. All of the hydraulics are strong on this machine. There's no cracks or welds anywhere in the work equipment. All of these pins and bushings are relatively tight. There's no deflection or any kind of problem in the Rotec area of this excavator. As far as this bucket goes, you can see these teeth are probably about 90%. These cutting edges are a little worn, but this bucket is considered a 24-inch bucket, but it's got a 25-inch bite. Now with those cutting edges right there, it's got about a 28.5-inch bite. I'd say that the capacity of this bucket is probably, what would you say, Chris, about 1/3 of a yard?
Yes, sir.
About 1/3 of a yard. The maximum dig depth of this excavator is 13.5 feet. The maximum reach at ground level from that kingpin area right there all the way out is 23 feet. The maximum dig height, like if you were taking a building down or a tree or whatever, is 22 feet. The breakout force of this excavator is 10,000 pounds. And the lifting capacity of this machine, 20 feet out from the center of that Rotex, is about 9,000 pounds. As far as the shoe width here, this shoe width is 18 inches wide. You got 8.5 foot of track on the ground. I'm sorry, this is 18 inches wide. This dozer blade right here, this dozer blade is 18 inches high. I say dozer blade, strike-off blade is 18 inches high. It's 7 foot 7 inches wide, and of course it's a two-way blade, so it just goes up and down. As far as things wrong with the machine, Chris,
I think mainly the seat has a tear in it.
yeah, that's right. The seat has a tear.
Yes, sir. Can't think of anything else majorly wrong with it. I think
The
that's
AC
the main.
blows cold. And
Yes, sir. The seat's the only problem I know of.
as far as the history of this unit goes, this machine, like almost all the machines we purchase, is an original owner Dallas, Texas machine with no rust. We're far enough south and 300 miles from the ocean, so the only salt we see is the salt on our kitchen table there. This machine had we bought it from a company that we do a lot of business with, and the maintenance manager had a wonderful maintenance program. Rivals some of the best I've seen. We've been happy with all the machines that we purchased from these guys, and it should be said that before I purchase any machine, my mechanics, Chris running the camera here, thoroughly inspects it, and if the money's right, I go out and I inspect it before I write a check. So we're going to run the machine in the next clip. Thank you.